Today we'll be looking at Module 4, Lesson 17, where we're going to be writing some mathematical expressions. For real-world situations. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a series of practice problems, our do now as an example, that lead up to a real-world situation. So let's try this first one together, number 1, 2, 3, right here below your do now. So it says 14 decreased by p. The total of d and f divided by 8, and then this real-world example. What I want you to do is I want you to split this down the middle. I want you to write what you think the answer is on the left in about 20 seconds to maybe a minute. And then when you're done, unpause the video, come back, and check it with the answers we get over here. Okay, so if you're unpausing the video, make sure you have an answer for each of these. And let's try here. So decreased makes me think subtraction. So I'm going to say 14 decreased by p. Second one, the total of d and f divided by 8. So total of d and f makes me think those are together. They're added, d and f. And I'm dividing them by 8, so dividing by 8. Another version of this you could have written would have looked like this. D and f, but I want the whole thing divided by 8. But this is the better one. This one is a little bit more mathematically, academically excellent, which is a mouthful. All right, so let's see. Rashad scored 6 less than 3 times as many baskets as Mike. Whoa, and Mike scores B baskets. That's a lot of stuff going on right there. So first of all, let's start here. 3 times as many baskets as Mike. What is Mike? Mike is whatever the letter B is. So right away, for Mike, I can say he's going to be B, right? Rashad, if I build this out little by little, 3 times as many as Mike. So it means Rashad could be 3B, right? 3 times as many as Mike, but he's also 6 less than that. So Rashad's actual complete answer is 3B, take away 6. 3 times as many as Mike, because this is Mike right here. Hey, Mike, why are you B? I don't know. 3 times as many as Mike, but also 6 less than 3 times as many. So that's going to be my answer for Mike. Let's go ahead and keep going. All right, so we're gonna do these in sets of 3. All right, so here's a set, here's a set, and here's a set. What I'll do is I'll give you time to complete each 3, and then when you're done, you come back and you check your answers with each one as you go. So for every one today, I want you to do this. I want you to split it down the middle. I want you to try yours on the left, and then check with ours on the right. So take 1 to 2 minutes, try to get these, and then we'll keep going. Okay, first one. Quotient of c and 6 makes me think c divided by 6. You could also have c divided by 6 as such. Next one, triple the sum of x and 17. So not just triple, if I do this, triple the x like this is only tripling the x. I want to triple the sum of x and 17. So the entire thing. So I should have parentheses around that. So let me write that a little more clearly. I want 3 times the sum of x and 17. So I can show it like that, or I don't even need the dot. Remember, I can just put the 3 on the outside, and that still means triple that. All right, finally, the real world situation. Gabriella had B buttons and then lost 6. So whatever she has, lost 6, that makes me think to subtract. So far I've got B take away 6. But then she takes what's left, and that's this amount right here, and splits them equally among her 5 friends. So that means I can take what's left and split it 5 ways. That's one way. Or I could say what's left, split it 5 ways. So either of those will work in that situation. All right, next set of 3, same deal. Go ahead and try to fill in on the left, getting your work done, and then come back and check with us on the right. So you're making your corrections over here after you come back and check. All right, first, d doubled. Well, that's pretty simple. Doubled means times 2, so I can do this. Best one, or I could even do like this, right? I have all these different kinds of multiplication. The best one, though, 2d. 2d. Next one, 3 more than 4 times the number x. So 3 more than this, 3 more than that. So first, that makes me think 3 more than, that makes me think 3 plus 4 times the number x, pretty simple. So if I could do 4x plus 3, or I could flip it, I could say 3 plus 4x. They mean the same thing. We know that. We know that. We can add in whatever order we want. All right, now let's see. We have Molly, who has C pieces of candy. She doubles the amount of candy she has and then gives away 15. Let's think about what each of these means. Doubles the amount of candy. If I double something, I'm multiplying it by 2. Gives away 15. That means she's losing 15. But how many does she start with? I don't know. C amount. So first, let's double that. So double the amount she has. I'm going to do 2C. 2 times C is what that means. But then I need to give away 15. So here's my expression for number 3. All right, your second to last one. Split it down the middle. See what you can do here. Putting your answers on the left and then filling it on the right after you've got yours figured out. All right, so f cubed. Remember, this means f to the third power. It's an exponent one. Next one, the quantity of 4 increased by a. So remember what the word quantity means. The quantity of 4 increased by a. That makes me think it's 4 plus a, right? And then the sum is divided by 9. So remember, this means sum, right? That's what they're talking about. The sum, they're talking about 4 increased by a. It's going to be doubled or divided by 9. So I'm going to do it like this. 4 increased by a divided by 9. You could have this divided by 9, but I'm going to encourage you to go with this one. This one's a little bit easier to work with later on in your math career than this one is. All right, let's take a look at this, the second to last real-world example. So Ty earned 4 points fewer than double Odin's points. 4 points fewer. Well, that means he's got 4 less, right? But it's then double Odin's points. What does double mean? Double means to multiply by 2. 2 times something. What are Odin's points? We don't know. We just know it's the variable p. So I'm going to say 2 times p, right? Double his points. But then Ty's got, nope, not equals. He's got 4 less than that. So there's a simpler way to write this. I can just do 2p, take away 4. Remember that 4 points fewer is kind of weird. It means you take 4 away from that. It's subtract 4. Okay, and your very last one for the day. If you're not getting to it because you're running short on time, that's probably a good thing. That shows me you've been really thinking on your own, trying to get these without watching the video. So I'm gonna keep going though for those of you who might have just worked through those examples quickly. All right, the difference between D and 8. Well, difference means subtract. This is a normal subtraction one. I just have the same order. 6 less than the sum of D and 9. So first I need the sum of D and 9. And I want 6 less than that. So over here. If you add 6 in the front, that's not correct. That means something different. Remember, 6 less is kind of like a reverse subtraction sentence. Reverse. And then finally, our last real-world example. It says, Adeline has X pants and S shirts. And she combines them. So first, combines them makes me think to add them. So let's start with that. X plus S. She combines her pants with her shirts. Then she sells half of them. So how am I going to get half of this? There's actually 2 ways. I can divide it by 2, right? Or I can write it like this, x plus s divided by 2. Or I can even do it like this, half of x plus s. That means kind of the same thing. All right, we're done for today.